If you stay attached to these 8 things, you won't move forward in life. Life is a journey, a constant process of moving forward. But sometimes we get stuck. We hold on to things that hold us back. These things, whether they're habits, beliefs, or past experiences, can anchor us in place. They can keep us from making progress. The trick is to recognize these things and then let them go. Because if you don't, you're not going to move forward in life. In this video, I'll highlight the 8 things that could be holding you back. And hopefully, by the end of it, you'll be ready to let them go and take that next big step. 1. Living in the past. We've all had moments in our lives that we wish we could relive. Past successes, missed opportunities, or even failures can keep us anchored to a time and place that no longer exists. It's natural to look back on our past with fondness or regret. After all, our experiences shape us into who we are today. But living in the past? That's an entirely different ballgame. When you're constantly replaying old scenarios in your mind, you're not only robbing yourself of the present moment, but also blocking your path forward. It's like driving a car while always looking in the rearview mirror. Not exactly the safest way to navigate, is it? Letting go of the past doesn't mean forgetting it. It means taking those lessons learned, applying them to the present, and moving forward. 2. Fear of change. I remember when I was offered a great job opportunity a few years back. It was everything I'd been working towards. A chance to grow, to challenge myself, and to make a real difference. But it also meant moving to a new city, leaving behind friends, family, and familiarity. I hesitated. The fear of change gripped me. I was comfortable where I was, even though I knew that comfort was holding me back. In the end, I made the leap. And let me tell you, it wasn't easy. There were struggles, there were tears, but through it all, there was growth. Change is scary. It's stepping into the unknown. It's leaving behind the familiar and stepping into something new and unfamiliar. But without change, there's no growth. Holding on to fear keeps us stagnant and prevents us from reaching our full potential. 3. Perfectionism. Did you know that some of the most successful people in the world are far from perfect? In fact, many of them credit their success to their failures and shortcomings. Take Oprah Winfrey, for example. She was fired from her first television job for being too emotionally invested in her stories. Yet, it's that emotional investment that resonates with her audience and has contributed to her enormous success. Perfectionism can be a crippling trait. It can cause you to procrastinate, to avoid taking risks, and to miss out on opportunities because you're afraid of not doing it perfectly. But here's the truth. Perfection doesn't exist. And striving for it will only leave you feeling dissatisfied, stressed, and stuck. Embrace your imperfections, learn from your mistakes, and understand that it's okay to be a work in progress. After all, it's through our flaws that we truly grow and evolve. 4. Attachment to material possessions. Buddhism teaches us that attachment is the root of suffering. And this doesn't only apply to emotional attachment, it also refers to our attachment to material possessions. In today's consumerist society, it's easy to equate happiness with the number of possessions we own. But in truth, these things often weigh us down rather than lift us up. They blur our focus on what truly matters in life. In my book, Hidden Secrets of Buddhism, How to Live with Maximum Impact and Minimum Ego, I delve deeper into the Buddhist concept of non-attachment. I talk about how letting go of material possessions can lead to a sense of freedom and happiness that no amount of stuff can ever provide. It's not about renouncing all your belongings and living as a monk. Instead, it's about recognizing that your worth isn't determined by what you own, but by who you are as a person. 5. Need for approval. Back in school, I was always the one trying to please everyone. I'd bend over backwards to meet others' expectations, even if it meant jeopardizing my own happiness and well-being. I thought that by gaining others' approval, I'd find happiness. I was wrong. The need for approval can be paralyzing. It can stop you from pursuing your dreams, expressing your true self, or making decisions that are best for you. You end up living a life that's molded by others' expectations rather than your own. The reality is, you can't please everyone, and you shouldn't have to. Your worth isn't determined by how many people like you. It's defined by how you feel about yourself. Don't be afraid to stand up for what you believe in, to pursue what makes you happy, or to make decisions that are best for you. 6. Constant busyness. In our fast-paced society, being busy is often seen as a badge of honor. We pack our schedules, multitask, and constantly chase productivity. But what if I told you that this constant busyness could be holding you back? It's counterintuitive, I know, but hear me out. When we're always busy, we're often reacting to what's happening around us rather than proactively shaping our lives. We're so caught up in ticking off tasks from our to-do list that we forget to pause, reflect, and ask ourselves if these tasks are truly serving us. Moreover, constant busyness leaves little room for creativity, for relaxation, or for simply being present in the moment. And these are all crucial for a fulfilling life. 7. Negative self-talk. We all have an internal dialogue. It's that voice in our head that narrates our day-to-day experiences. But for many of us, this voice is our own worst critic. Negative self-talk can be incredibly damaging. It can lower your self-esteem, damage your mental health, and hold you back from achieving your goals. If you're constantly telling yourself that you're not good enough, not smart enough, or not talented enough, it's going to be difficult to move forward in life. But here's the thing. You have the power to change this narrative. Start by becoming more aware of your self-talk. When you catch yourself thinking negatively, try to challenge these thoughts. Replace them with more positive and empowering ones. 8. Fear of failure. This is perhaps the biggest thing that holds most of us back. The fear of failure. We're so scared of making mistakes or not succeeding that we choose to stay in our comfort zones instead of taking risks. But failure is not the enemy. It's a teacher. It's a stepping stone to success. Every failure brings you one step closer to success by showing you what doesn't work and pushing you to find what does. Don't let the fear of failure hold you back. Embrace it, learn from it, and let it propel you forward. Because in the end, the only real failure is not trying at all. Final thoughts. Embrace the journey. Moving forward in life is a journey, not a destination. It's about constant learning, growing, and evolving. Each of the 8 things mentioned in this video is a potential roadblock on this journey. But remember, these aren't insurmountable obstacles. They're merely challenges to overcome. For instance, understanding and practicing the Buddhist concept of non-attachment can help you navigate these challenges with grace and wisdom. In my book, Hidden Secrets of Buddhism, How to Live with Maximum Impact and Minimum Ego, I delve deeper into these concepts and provide practical ways to apply them in your daily life. Whether it's letting go of the past, overcoming the fear of failure, or silencing negative self-talk, each step you take towards overcoming these challenges is a step forward in your journey. So take a moment to reflect on what might be holding you back. Embrace the process of self-discovery and growth. And remember, every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. Here's to your journey towards a more fulfilling and meaningful life.